Hey there, today is a severe weather day as the National Weather Service issued a heat advisory for the area. Thank you for joining us. I'm Davon Taylor. Omaha police are investigating a hit and run that left a man dead early this morning. Former President Donald Trump shot in the ear while in Pennsylvania. Road closed sign is still here after tornadoes ripped through Minden area. Staying overseas, Russia and Ukraine exchanged hundreds of prisoners of war today. Satellite here. This was ripped off of the home. Driver was speeding up Fort Street when he hit the victim's car. Prosecutors say that Adam Price smothered his two children right here, Theodore and Emily Price, in 2021. And they got hit by a vehicle traveling eastbound, that Jeep flipping several times, killing the driver. Two American astronauts who have already been in space longer than they expected will have to wait several more months before coming back to Earth. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office teams up with the Nebraska Humane Society to protect animals from bad owners. Initial call came in about a man and a woman who could be heard physically fighting, and then police say when they arrived, they found a woman being held against her will around 2 o'clock right here at this home on Charles Street. Now, we're learning this morning that they are currently pulling that body out of the water now. We're not showing that, obviously, because it's a sensitive thing. Workers at this counter right here, this is United Airlines, are just asking for patience. First day of school, and it's an exciting time for a lot of people, including the principal of Upchurch Elementary School. Post-holiday travel is expected to set records this year, and experts are warning you. Those two suspects are still at large after police say they robbed the U.S. Bank this morning. 1 inch of water in your home can cost $25,000 in damages. Police tell us that the call initially came in as an overcrowding call. You're gonna be looking for me? I'm gonna be at home with my air on, staying cool.
AC on the couch for sure.
And that water, you can't forget the water. SP says multiple reports of a shooting came in at around 4:30 p.m. Many homes or vehicles were damaged during the recent tornado outbreaks. This Vietnam Memorial right here behind me will open for Papillion families to take advantage of. Ashley Spivey, the founder of I Be Black Girl, announces her run for the Nebraska legislator. Thanks, Luke. It's been a hot day, like Luke said, but that didn't stop people from attending this year's Defender of Freedom Air and Space Show. All right, okay, let's see. Oh no, this is very bad.
It's a notable sound familiar to the city of Omaha, specifically in North Omaha. The destruction drill team has been in operation for 11 years.
Go back from the beginning.
And the founder, Durante Stevens, says that the mission of the organization is intervention for the youth in the North Omaha community.
The program is about keeping the youth off the streets. It's more like an outer reach program to keep these kids going and teaching them choreograph and drumming and all kind of different talents.
More than 1,000 students have played the beat of the drum since the drill team started in 2013. Take a look at this snare head. It's torn and busted. This is one of many instruments that students currently in the program have to use.
We're basically trying to recoup our drum line because a lot of our drums is starting to warp and get rusted and get mold on them and stuff because we're an all year round team.
The team is now raising nearly $16,000 to replace drums and buy more as the team grows. Tyjon Cox is a veteran on the destruction drill team. He also serves as the drumline leader.
I've been doing it for 9 years.
He says that the drums used are not in the best condition for giving students the full drumline experience. And the ones that are usable, students often have to share.
We didn't used to have as many drummers as we do now, so now we're kind of separating drums. Some kids get to come to practice and they don't have a drum to play.
Amir Rogers is also a drummer for the destruction drill team. He says that the materials they use for competitions and parades is falling apart.
Screws that you got to tie in and stuff to get it in the right performs.
And Amir says the new equipment could set them up to keep playing the beats you love to hear for years down the line.
We need it's a lot of it's really old. Equipment is really old. We've been using it for the past 2 years, 3 years.
If I can get new drums and their faces be happy and they get to see new drums and be at practice, that probably make them 10 times better at what they do because they're gonna want a new drum.
This is the sound of a 20-year-old organ. Michael Emmerich, an organist, says the instrument is already unique as it is.
An organ is a winded keyboard instrument. So whereas a piano is a percussion keyboard instrument, this is an instrument where you use keys to essentially play a bunch of whistles, aerophones, or kind of like flutes if you want to think of it that way.
Celebrated around the world for many reasons, including the range of sound it provides.
They bring together many dimensions of human behavior and creativity. They bring together craftsmanship, physics, science, belief, and artistic production.
But what makes this organ different is how it was created, custom made just for this cathedral.
This organ is all of the mechanics that connect the keys to the pipes. It's entirely mechanical. There's very little electrical or digital components. There are a few, but in this case, it's a very traditional kind of mechanism that dates back centuries, and it's proven very, very durable.
The organ, costing more than $1.2 million, weighs 25 tons and has 6,000 pipes of lead. Built in 2004, not only does this organ enhance the look of the church, it carries a historical representation.
The shell, or the cabinetry, or the case as it's called, is actually reused woodwork from the previous organ from 1918 that, along with all of the other woodwork and carving in the space, is part of the original architect's interior concept for the church.
Bringing full circle the chance to get a first look at history.
It really relies on a mechanism and also a sound concept with the pipes that goes back at least 300 years, kind of to an era that was where the organ peaked in history and culture.
And that's why the organists at the cathedral say it's about providing education and opportunities. Davon Taylor.
I did it.
KETV Newswatch 7. It was a normal Friday for Cheryl Fisher and her mother.
My mother and I were just working on our patio, just getting spring flowers and cleaning up our flower beds. And at about I guess it was around 2:30 or so, it started sprinkling and raining.
Then things turned very quickly.
Then I was looking out the basement windows and I could just see what looked like just nothing but clouds and darkness coming, and it was coming around the side of the house, and it sounded like a growling and then a freight train all in the same.
Cheryl says it was a sight to see after trees she has treated for more than 10 years are destroyed.
They've been a part of our life. I mean, we babied them every year. We put Omagro on them just to make sure that they have the nutrients they need.
The greenery, once making music with their limbs, now silenced.
I think that's where they came up with the name of Musical Hills for that road, because that just sounded like music. You close your eyes and you had the birds and you had the trees singing to you.
Another home up the road feeling the same impact.
When I was coming down the road, you couldn't get down the road. It was all trees. The neighbors were clearing it out. And when I got to the house, the whole yard, almost all the trees are gone, and this whole roof was raining inside.
The difference, their roof damaged on both sides.
Everything else is outside. The roof over on the other side of this room, it's completely gone on the roof part, but the ceiling's still there, but there's a bunch of water damage.
But for Cheryl, the silence is deafening.
In my lifetime, I'll never see these trees like this again. And my mother will never see them. And no matter how many trees we plant now, we'll never have this again. So it's hard.
Parents, teachers, and students lined up outside of Upchurch Elementary School to kick off the 2024-2025 school year. And for many, it's an exciting time to get back in the learning environment.
Excitement and buzz. The activity filled the air as students returned to their classrooms for a new academic year. Teachers welcomed students with open arms, and parents gave their farewell with smiles.
I mean, it does definitely feel like the summer gets shorter and shorter, so that kind of stinks, but I think the kids were ready to get back in school. With three, they're all getting at each other a little bit.
For many families in the district, the return to the classroom signifies hope and progress within their children.
I think my daughter was super nervous starting 6th grade, but the other two are very happy, and she's very happy too to start school.
As students and staff settle into their new routine, some students say they are ready to head back into the classroom.
I found my personality a lot. Like I used to be like really nervous around people, but like now that like, you know, I've been in school for a while, like I can talk in front of people more.
Teachers say that they are ecstatic to welcome children back into the classroom and they look forward to having a great year. Reporting in Omaha, Davon Taylor, KETV News Watch 7.